It's nice to welcome you once again to the city of Vancouver in Canada. So much to look forward to as we welcome our Olympic coach, Belinda Trussell. What can we look forward to?
The Russians, the French, the Italians going after the ice dance gold, and can Michelle Kwan take her 4th world title?
Well, Belinda, you mentioned the Italians. Let's get straight down to business, because coming onto the ice are the Italian champions. 7 times they've been Italian champions, Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio.
Skating to Putting on the Ritz by Irving Berlin and Slow Fox by Irving Berlin.
And coming into this championship with the European title under their belt.
Have you seen the well-to-do of Atlantic's Avenue?
The International Skating Union was after a look of ice dancing that was more traditional along the ballroom dancing lines, and I think this is exactly what they would be after. Vocal music's permitted now, and they're into their straight line step sequence, which is a requirement. Moving into the foxtrot, Slow Fox. This team got together in 1994, and they've been moving up the world ladder ever since. The original dance requires 2 marks, and that's one for presentation and also one for composition. And back into the quick step to finish it off. There's been so many changes in ice dance, and the original set pattern dance, as it used to be known now, the original dance using a variation of themes. And the judges are looking for difficulty in footwork, which this team certainly has. I thought Maurizio almost had a little trip earlier on. With this amount of footwork, you could see why.
Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio of Italy. As I said, 7 times Italian champions, and the first Italians ever to win a European title. An extraordinary performance. And they have added the original dance to their world title, ahead of Anissina and Peizerat, Lobacheva and Averbukh in 3rd place. Michelle Kwan, one of the great champions of the sport, is coming up a little bit later on. Of course, a 3-time world champion. And let's now have a look at the Australians and their performances.
Portia Duval-Rigby and Francis Rigby, the Australian champions. They're skating compulsory dance, the rumba. This inside Choctaw coming up here is probably the most difficult part of the dance, and they get through that in fine style. The rumba has actually been around for a while. The other dance that they skated here would be the tango romantica. Has not been around quite as long as the rumba. Judges are looking for accuracy, for speed, for the depth of the edge, for how strong the pattern is, how they repeat the pattern. This is the 2nd time around for Portia and Francis. And their unison, how close they stay, how their leg line stays together. See, that's a little bit of a problem there in the back, and that would be something they'd want to work on at home.
And I think we should stress for them, it is virtually a hobby. You look at some of the other major skaters in the world, it is a full-time profession. This is a hobby.
That's right. She's an engineer and he has a financial degree.
They finished in 16th place as we take a break. Still lots more to come in the 2001 World Figure Skating Championships. But coming onto the ice now, a pair that has never been off the podium since 1998. That in itself is an absolutely extraordinary feat. Marina Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat from France. And their free dance is to Beethoven's Last Night, the rock opera performed by Trans-Siberian orchestras, and it tells the story of the last night of the German composer Ludwig van Beethoven before his death.
This team has been plagued by injury during the season, but their athleticism and her dramatic abilities are certainly on show here, defending their world title. Step sequences are now required in the free dance, and this is one of them. Maximum of 5 lifts. And I think at this event and at Salt Lake City, you'll see the teams closer together, not separating anymore. This team is that they are equal in their ability to perform difficult footwork. It's not just the girl doing the difficult footwork and the man supporting. And that's one of the dance spins now required. Difficult series of edges into one of their lifts, always inventive. And one of their famous carries where they counterbalance. Series of inside and outside 3 turns there, really well synchronised. Great speed. And the second runner footwork. These turns are all done together. They're all on one foot. They've repeated them through twice, right near to the end of 4 minutes. And they have to be happy with that performance.
Shock losers in the European Championship this year, but they have bounced back. They are the defending world champions. Marina, Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat. Marina's father was a very good ice hockey player, in fact represented Russia. He's now a coach in Moscow. And his mother was a Winter Olympian as well, placing 6th. So the breeding is there, there's no doubt about that, for Marina, Anissina and Gwendal Peizerat.
And here we see part of their lifts and their carries. You now have to do twizzles together. And this is the synchronised side-by-side dance spin. 2 sets of footwork are required, circular and straight.
From France. The marks for technical merit.
Good mark, Sandy. 5'7", 5'6".
5'8", 5'7".
Couple of 5'8s at either end.
5'6", 5'7".
Skating
5'7",
early,
5'7",
so the judges will be saving the marks.
Yes, you wonder if that is an advantage or not, don't you? I guess it depends on the actual pairing. Now the all-important marks for presentation.
And they're higher.
A lot of 5'9s there for Marina and Gwendal.
5'9", 5'8", 5'8", 5'9", 5'9".
Will it be enough to defend their world title against the Italians?
Well, it's the Italians who have upset them earlier on in the year.
From Italy, Fusar-Poli Maurizio Margaglio.
As they make their way out onto the ice once again, Barbara and Maurizio. I wonder what they think about watching the other competitors, the ones they're up against.
We decide to watch them, to understand what they have more than me and Maurizio, with our coaches. And we improve because we said, okay, we are not fast like them, we have to improve. We are not elegant like them, we have to improve. And we improve because we said, okay, we are not very good in this, so we are working. We have to work in this way. And we improve. Maybe now, maybe we are better than the other because we really work like, every time we say like crazy because we did. Every summer we work like crazy for many hours a day.
And here they are. We'll see if that hard work has paid off for Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio and their free dance.
They're skating to the Romeo and Juliet soundtrack. The track is O Verona.
Hard to believe, but Margaglio was in fact a very keen soccer player. He decided to change track as far as sport was concerned. As a 12-year-old, gave up soccer and took up ice dancing.
They will be portraying Mercutio's death in this passage, and that will be their challenge. We can see how fast and furious the footwork is already. But it's the passion of the piece that has to come across in ice dance, not just the difficulty of the footwork. That they already have under control. First of 5 lifts. Good stuff about Baz Luhrmann's work is that it leads and lends itself to something different to what you would expect. And I think that the Italians have actually started on that path, even with this piece. think here they're able to show right from how we've transferred from the beginning piece through the car crash scenes and into the passion and the deliberate manipulation of the audience emotion here is just what they want to be able to do and what world champions should be able to achieve if that's what they want. Another change of pace. Their summers have paid off. This is a very intricate piece of footwork. It would require a lot of strength. Is that their World Championship piece?
It's an extraordinary performance, and it's hard to believe that they've both been competing internationally since 1985. Barbara is absolutely delighted. Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio. She has an inkling that that could be good enough.
I think it's fantastic how they looked at their competitors and said, we're not as elegant as we need to be. We're going to become more elegant. We have to be faster. We will do that. We need better footwork.
Their faults. Yeah.
And, you know, to watch it in a dispassionate way. Here's one of the opening lifts of the 5 that they're allowed to do, but not more than 7. Okay, pair dance spin. Or dance spin it's called. They also have to do twizzles. Sandy, you'd remember twizzles.
The classical twizzle. We remember them so well from Nagano, and we're looking forward to seeing them again in Salt Lake City.
Yes. Okay, here's one of the footwork passages. They have to do one circular and one straight.
From Italy.
Will this be their year?
She's not upset, by the way. She's just sending a couple of Cheerios to those at home.
And at the back, you'll see Tatiana Tarasova,
yes.
Alexei Yagutin's coach, who was also the 98 gold medalist's coach.
5'9", 5'7", 5'8", 5'6",
from 5'6" through to 5'9".
Which is higher than Anissina and Peizerat.
5'9". The marks for presentation.
The presentation marks will tell the story.
And they do. It's a split panel, 5 to 4.
5'9", 5'8", 5'9", 5'9", 5'8".
Jubilation for Barbara and Maurizio, but it is by no means over yet. They said they like to watch competitors and try and learn. I wonder if Lobacheva and Averbukh have done exactly that. We'll find out when we return, and our coverage continues of the 2001 World Figure Skating Championships. This is our host city for the 2001 World Figure Skating Championships, the Canadian city of Vancouver. Wonderful view of the city itself with the convention centre coming into view from the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. And as far as the figure skating excitement, well, it just continues to build. We've got the ladies coming up, the sultry Butrskaya going through practice as we speak. Some great names still to come.
This is Sarah Hughes, who was a runner-up in the US Championships, only the same age as Australia's Stephanie Zhang at 15, very accomplished young lady. But who I like watching practice is Michelle Kwan, because I think every time that she's on the ice, she is putting out the most she can do and the best she can do. Her posture, her carriage is always perfect. She's practicing the Lutz, and it's perfect. Now, coming off this, she will practice exactly what happens in the program, and the detail, even in the face, and how she uses the audience before she stops. And I think that that's part of what makes her such a great champion.
Speaking of leaving nothing to chance, I wonder what the Russian pair of Irina Lobacheva and Ilia Averbukh have in mind as they challenge Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio. This is their free dance to the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. The Russian national champions in 2000 and 2001. They were successful earlier this year.
This team are always the bridesmaids. They would have sat behind Ovsyannikov and Krylova, who won in Nagano. Then they're sitting behind now the French after that, and now they're looking to come in front of the Italians. Can they? Well, that is such a striking opening. Moves. Can they sustain that? Is that what they want for the 4-minute performance?
We've already seen Marina Anissina in the program. She, in fact, formerly partnered Ilia Averbukh, but they split back in 1992. When Ilia discovered Irina Lobacheva.
Well, they've made it a lifetime partnership on and off the ice. And they are, the angular moves continue.
And the story they're telling, Belinda, on the ice is the story of a man who's struggling with his fate, but the struggle is lost as fate prevails.
The music for free dance must have an audible rhythmic beat. It can have a melody as well, but it must have the beat. I like their inventiveness. He's looking over his shoulder, but the fate's following, I'm afraid.
From a judge's point of view, is there any one ingredient that they might look at that could give competitors the edge?
It's really speed. Judges really like speed and intricate footwork. After that, it is the composition and the expression of the music, which is to do with the presentation. So two sides. But now there are also required elements in the free dance. You must do 2 series of the twizzles. You must have a dance spin. You must have footwork in a straight line and also circular motion. So you have to do all those rules instead of just being able to do whatever it is you felt like, which is what happened in the past. After Torvill and Dean, I think a lot of teams went wild on the theme and didn't do so much in the content, and now that's changed. So this team has all of the technical mastery that would be required. And the speed. I don't know that this story they've invented suits what they want to achieve.
Irina Lobacheva and Ilia Averbukh of Russia. Bronze medalists in the European Championships on 2 occasions in 1999 and also 2001. But as Belinda has said so often, they've had to be content to be the bridesmaid. I wonder if today is going to be any different for this 23-year-old on the left and the 22-year-old.
Well, if they're able to capture a bronze medal, I'm sure they're going to be very happy. Anybody would be very proud to be a medalist in these World Championships so far. It's been spectacular skating. It's one of those angular lifts I was talking about, followed by the second. Takes many hours of work, dedication really, to keep coming up with lifts that'll work on the ice.
Lobacheva, Ilia, Averbukh from Russia. The marks for technical merit.
Which is essentially what you do. Technical merit mark.
5.5, 5.8, 5.6, 5.7, 5.5, 5.6.
I think these are really respectable marks. I think they should be very pleased with it.
5.5 through until 5.8.
Yes.
Now for presentation. And Fusar-Poli and Margaglio will be keeping a close eye on these.
Like the other teams, they're all higher for presentation, so the judges can see the work that these teams have been putting into the performance of these ice dancers.
And what a moment this has turned out to be for the Italians, Barbara Fusar-Poli and Maurizio Margaglio, the first Italians to ever win a world championship. An outstanding achievement, and they will now look ahead to Salt Lake City and look ahead with great confidence.
Io voglio ringraziare tutti gli italiani che vivono in Australia. Vi conosciamo, quando ci venite a vedere siete grandiosi, l'abbiamo fatto anche per voi.
Ciao a tutti.
Anyway, we were really skating very good today and we did our best of the season. The feeling was very good after the French team, and I think the public was really like me and Barbara, so we are so happy about that. I have no other words. I'm just
Thank you.
happy.
You know, I'm happy not just because I'm first, but because we did good. And we're happy because we did very good season and all the competition, we skate good.
I want to say that we are also very, very proud because the other couples did their best. So now we can say that we were the best here in Vancouver. No doubt about that. Everybody was skating well. That's the most important.
So I think we can say they're happy.